What'd you say, Nick?
I'm excited.
We're having a little technical difficulties. It's okay. It's okay. We'll be back. We got to get Facebook up. We can hang out and talk a little bit live while we wait on Facebook. Facebook's
Bookface.
ready. Bookface, we're excited. Oscar
Zuckface.
nominations were today. We're live. Nick's here.
I'm here.
He's excited and very.
Here's Johnny.
Welcome to my world, bitch.
Hi, I'm Chucky, and I'm your friend to the end. Heidi-ho.
And when you're down here with me,
You float soul! You like scary movies?
Uh-huh.
What's your favorite scary movie?
What up, horror fans? Welcome to Season 7, Episode 29. You're listening to a new episode of Friday the 14th podcast. I am one of your hosts, Juan, and I'm joined by...
Franco.
And me at the bottom of the default K bad guy. I know you're used to seeing my face on the screen, but I might be going audio for a bit. So yeah.
Audio. That's you anyway, posing there with that little mask on anyway, so...
You thought we wouldn't notice.
Yeah. But no, we're here live on a Thursday night, ready to talk the mean one. New episode. I'm excited. What about you guys?
Excited.
Very festive.
Very festive. We're still in the giving mood. We're still in the Christmas spirit, if you will. So it's going to be a fun conversation. If you guys did not join us 2 weeks ago, we talked all about Mickey's Trap House, right? Mickey's Trap. I forgot about it already. I don't know about you guys.
I might watch it again.
Mickey's Mouse Trap. Go back and check that out. It's on Tubi. I believe I watched it on the Peacock.
The cock.
And it's awesome. Gesundheit. You know, the flu's going around. So, Nick, bless you there. Sorry.
Thank you.
But if you guys did not check it out, it's on Peacock, Tubi, and Amazon. So
Also, did you already say Pluto already?
I did not say Pluto.
Oh, I only mentioned that because the other day, well, maybe last week, I went on to Pluto TV, and then of course Pluto TV streams movies automatically. It's like kind of like how Demand is, whatever. They give you the layout schedule, and I saw the Mousetrap. Like, why? What the hell? Why not tune in? And of course, it's like right towards the ending of the movie.
Would you change your rating on that movie?
I'll bump it to a 2.
Good.
But then again, that's kind of my thinking when that stream. So I'll give it a generous 2. I would rewatch it.
I gave it a 1, I think.
Give it a 1.
A 1.
The mean one.
But I think I give it a 3. Or yeah, I think it's a 3.
That's good. I want to know what everybody else thought about it. If you guys are out there listening or watching on Facebook Live or even Swap Productions YouTube channel, let us know your thoughts on some of our 2024 picks. Mickey's Mousetrap, Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 2, Smile 2. There's a bunch that we did last year because it's all accumulating. Like, we've worked up to this very, very high-strung episode that we're getting ready to talk about in 2 weeks. So let us know some of your favorite movies from last year. We're on social media. It's the Instagram /Friday the 14th podcast, YouTube, Facebook, Friday the 14th podcast. You can also search Emasawal Productions on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. So live it up, like, share, subscribe, and let us know what you think. You can also email if you want. CINENEN921 at gmail.com. That's cinnamon921 at gmail.com. And we will share some comments in the flesh live on YouTube, Facebook. Or if you're listening to us in podcast form wherever you search and listen to the Cinnamon Movie Podcast. So 1 month from today, we will be talking our top 5 favorite movies of 2024, horror movies only. There was a lot of great ones last year, so that gives you guys a few weeks. Watch, do some homework. Even everybody out there listening or subscribing, send us in your feed if it's okay with the two guys here. I think we're also going to have a little email bag. Let's bring in all your favorite horror movies of 2024. We might even invite some of you on the show. Just send in those comments, those emails, and those messages, and we'll read them on the show that week. It's going to be double duty, honestly. Monday the 17th is our top 5 plus 5 of 2024, and it's our award show. And then that Thursday, man, we're just going to wrap up the entire year all in 1 week. So, and then that'll get us ready for season 8.
Season 8.
Season 8 of Friday the 14th podcast. It's 8 seasons. It's hard to believe. We'll have to do something special. But what about you guys? How's the week been? Have you guys had any recent watches or recommendations that you want to share?
Top of the mean one for today's conversation. And wrestling, pretty much it, I think. Saw Raw, Penta, and Pete Dunne had a good match.
Very good match. I think this was his best. I think this was a better match than his debut.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
I saw some AEW yesterday. Don't remember much of it besides backstage brawls happening, but
I don't even think Tony Khan remembers much of AEW anymore.
no. And NXT, I really don't remember much of NXT either. Lexus King retained his trophy, which I don't know what that match is called again, but it was a good match. It was like the rounds.
I don't even know what it's like. I don't even remember what it's called. Those matches to me kind of just get lost in the shuffle, honestly.
I think they've been trying to have it catch on and just hasn't yet. I think they should do away with it.
Yeah. So just some wrestling. Nick, what about you?
Me, the movie we're talking about today. Also got to check out The Wolfman that was put out by Blumhouse. That was done by Lee Winnell, the guy behind Saw. I think he also did Sidious Chapter 3. Upgrade. I have not seen Upgrade, but here it's pretty good. Invisible Man is a movie that's kind of gone past the radar.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I still want to go see it in IMAX. Trying to think of what else I got to check out. Boogeyman 2. What Tobin Bell comes out in that movie.
Oh, cool.
There was this movie I saw today on Tubi. It was from 2009, and they had Dave Franco.
You remember what it was?
Hmm?
Do you remember
the
what it
movie
was?
title for that movie? It was called The Shortcut.
I like Dave Franco.
Dave Franco and another dude called Drew Seeley.
It's been kind of a slow week for me, honestly. Like I checked out the main one for today's episode, Never Let Go with Halle Berry. The Substance was pretty good. I recommend that. It's really good, actually. Boy Kills World, Bill Skarsgård. That was pretty decent. Is it Immaculate? Yeah, Immaculate was pretty
Mm.
good. I was very surprised. Sydney Sweeney.
I was there day one.
Huh?
I was like, I was there day one.
You know what? I'm surprised. I kind of had a hard time believing her in that role though, because she is so. How would you put that, Nick? Very
What?
gorgeous.
Two reasons to go see the movie or tune in. No, I
Yeah.
mean I enjoyed her in that movie.
Speak No Evil was very good. We just had an episode on that. It was really good. And then Venom: The Last Dance. That would probably be my surprise of what I've been watching. I heard so much bad stuff about Venom 3. You know, the Marvel Sony can't put out a good movie unless it's Spider-Man. I watched Venom: The Last Dance and I had a good time with it. I thought it was a pretty fun watch. Popcorn movies, whatever you want to call them. I thought it was pretty fun. So, um,
I gotta ask. So with Halle Berry, what would you put over Gothka or Never Let Go? Which one's
honestly,
better?
I'd probably say Gothka.
Gothka.
Yeah, Gothka. Never Let Go felt like a rehashing of something. I can't quite put my finger on it, but if I recommended anything, sign up for Mubi, Mubi, and go check out The Substance. Got nominated for some Oscars today. So, which is surprising. It's one of the most. I think it's the horror movie that got nominated the most, all the way since Silence of the Lambs. So it's insane. Have you seen it yet, Nick?
Yeah, I checked it out. Also I got around checking Strange Darling.
Strange Darling is good.
Mm,
Did you like it?
with Kyle Garner in it.
Yeah,
I enjoyed myself too much there, but no, yeah, I enjoyed it.
it's
Tried to
good.
take off the biasness.
The Substance felt like David Lynch a lot,
Um, I was getting
which R.I.P.
some fly David Cornborg.
Yeah, yeah. Here you go. That too.
Some body horror.
So, if you guys want to recommend anything, send us in again some emails. I'm gonna be going through emails a lot that week. Um, weeks leading up to the best of 2024 uh, show horror wise. I think that should be pretty fun. So let's dig into with what we're talking about today. You guys can check this movie out. I believe it's available to purchase physical media wise, or if you want to rent it, it's on Vudu, Fandango, Amazon Prime, wherever you can rent movies at digitally for $4.99, or you can buy it for $10. We're talking The Mean One today. IMDb has it at a 3.9 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes is at 23%. The Metascore is 29%, and the Letterboxd is a 1.8 out of 5. I don't know what the budget was, but it made a little over $615,000 at the box office. With a December 9th, 2022 release date, which is very interesting. It took 2 years. It came out on home video, streaming, and physical media December 17th, 2024. In a sleepy mountain town, Cindy's parents are murdered and her Christmas is stolen by a bloodthirsty green figure in a red Santa suit. Starring David Howard Thornton, Crystal Martin, Chase Mullins, John Bigman, and Eric Baker. Directed by Stephen Lamort and written by Flip Colbert. Not related to Stephen Colbert, so just want to make that clear. But Franco, this was your pick. You picked out The Mean One. Have you seen it before you picked it up on the Steelbook? And was that your first time checking it out?
This is my first time checking it out. Watched about an hour ago. Enjoyable.
I wanted to ask that. So when you got it, I know you were like, this is going to be an episode. Did you watch it right then and there and then again today, or did you wait until episode day?
I waited until episode day.
Interesting.
Which I shouldn't have waited today because I had some stuff to do and I almost cut it too short. But
I feel that. I've done that before. I rented it. I couldn't find it on physical media, and by the time I was going to pay for it, I was like, it may not be here in time for the episode. So I rented it, and I checked it out twice. I watched it this morning and a little bit ago, and I'm just going to say an interesting movie to a Christmas classic. I'm going to say interesting for now. Nick, what about you? Have you seen it before?
No, I feel like it's been a long time coming to just seeing it online that they were making this meme one. Um, I can't remember if it was released in a certain theater or not. I just know it was one of the movies that kind of passed me by, and I think it was that it came around. Was it when Terrifier 2 came out? I can't remember the timeline
Came out
there.
2022.
Yeah, I think it was the same year as C2, but I think it came out like earlier.
Yeah, and then I remember when it first got released on physical media, that cheapy Blu-ray that was released. I planned on getting it, but I never got around to. But luckily, I say luckily, I was gifted the Steelbook by my older brother. So yeah, today was the first time seeing it. I kind of held off on seeing it because I wanted to see it with my brother, and it's an alright watch. It didn't live up to hype that it was like a long wait, but
Let's
yeah.
dig into some of that because you know, usually we'll kind of go scene by scene or something. But I think with movies like this, I think it's fun to point out some of the negatives, and then we'll probably talk some of the positives. Um, which one do you guys want to start with?
Start with the negatives.
Let's start with negatives. Both of you guys were kind of on the same fence. Like, it was all right. What's some of the big issues you guys had with this?
My big issue was that there was it's his name's slipping my mind right now, but the guy that played Art the Clown.
David
Howard Gordon.
There you go, David
Yeah.
Howard Thornton. And you know the reason we love him in Terrifier and everything, playing Art the Clown, is because he's over the top in the scenes. He was hardly in this movie, and when he was, I mean, we're used to him not talking, so that's fine. But like, it wasn't. It seemed like he wasn't really the main focal point. It was like a monster movie, I guess.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah, for me, that was kind of one of the big negatives, and I was really hoping that it would be similar to the original source, kind of like when you get the whole story is kind of through his point of view and everything, and him, and they kind of just reverse it, like he didn't make it that really interesting from the people or Cindy point.
I think the biggest thing with that, and I like how you guys went straight to the point as far as David Howard Thornton goes, is in those Terrifier movies, yeah, you don't get to hear him speak. He's more of a stunt man, really, than anything. But you see his facial expressions. Even through the makeup, you can see his eyebrows, his eyes, his mouth, his smile. I think in this movie, I understand you want to take the Grinch and you want to make it a horror revisited story about the Grinch. But I mean, dang, did this movie go through a lawsuit? Because it looked like they used the exact same Jim Carrey mask. You couldn't see any facial expressions for David Howard Thornton. And I think that's the only reason they picked him to be in this movie was they wanted to do a cash grab maybe for, hey, he's had success with Terrifier 1 and 2. Let's put him in this and maybe it'll boost this movie or this show or this whatever this was. And I'm like, it's a movie. But I'm like, you know, you covered his face way too much. And I think if you were to do something kind of like makeup wise, I think it would have been a little bit better and maybe make it more like a serial killer instead of a monster. But I get it. You wanted to go the Grinch, even though they could not use the name in the movie at all, which I thought was pretty funny. They just called him the monster, really. The Christmas killer, too.
I mean,
which I liked. I liked the Christmas Killer name. I thought that was pretty cool. Another some of the negatives. Let's see. Let's point out, and you guys can throw in there as well. But I had an issue with the characters. I had no feeling or no heartfelt sentiment towards any of the characters. Cindy was just kind of thrown at you. You know, the cheap deaths of her mom and her dad. I knew the dad was. I was like, man, I'm surprised the dad made it that long.
yeah, with these movies, you expect like low or not the best type of acting. It was rough.
Yeah, we talked about it a few weeks ago, and I think why I like this movie more than I did last episode. I have it written in my notes. Score and gore, like that's what I want out of a decent horror movie, even if it's a B-rated, cheesy acting horror movie that's only going to give me 2 out of 5 things. Like score and gore. I thought the scenery was pretty cool. At some points, I was like, "Damn, is this a J.J. Abrams movie?" Because of the way the lights were reflecting. The cinematography was pretty good for it being a really low B-rated horror movie. But like score and gore, I really enjoyed the soundtrack to the movie, and the gore was a lot better than it probably should have been.
It was better than Mousetrap for sure.
Yeah, but with with great power comes great responsibility too. With the gore, there's a few CGI scenes in there too. Am I right? Did you guys see some like the CGI head? I believe.
Yeah.
Like, why? Like that did not need it. I think there is no CGI that should have been any of this in this movie at all. So. And that's today's episode. No, I'm just messing with you. What are some other? Do you guys have any other negatives besides maybe the story arc was kind of a little trashy.
Trashy.
Yeah.
They
No,
didn't. Jim Carrey's Grinch was like great, and it just wasn't like yeah. I guess what Nick said that wasn't his point of view, so we didn't get to like really see the Grinch or the dog. I forgot the dog's name.
They should have just called this movie Cindy, the girl who lost Christmas, because that's all it was about. So, yeah, and let's also take into account that it was so long in between kills between the dad dying and then maybe the diner scene, like a good 20 minutes of just the mayor, right? The chick who was playing the mayor. And I think they were trying to put too much story into it, like the sheriff, the mayor, their back history, which at the end of the day made no sense because there was no really tie-ins and no ending to what they were planning or doing anyway. Like they secretly knew about the monster, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, you only got the the sheriff's little, I don't know, backstory sort of with the monster or his counter. As far as the mayor's interaction, that's in a deleted scene, so I got to check out the deleted scenes. And
that's right. There was no dog in this movie, right?
Yeah, no, it was there in the budget, unfortunately.
No dog. If there was a dog, if Max was in the movie, what do you think the dog would have done? You think it would have been like a CGI dog?
CGI dog, a puppet. What the?
It would have been named Max.
Yeah, they could have named it. They could have named it Max. Probably because of branding.
Tracks or something. I don't know what the lax snacks. Yeah, I can envision the dog being very rabid and biting people in the nuts.
Oh, chestnuts. That is.
Chestnuts. So get 'em
Yeah.
snacks.
The sheriff. Didn't like the guy who played the sheriff. I'll tell you what I did like though. We can go and talk more about some of the positives. I think besides the score and all the gruesome, gore that was involved, I really like how some of the kills were put together as far as just like sit back cinematography wise. Didn't care too much for the dialogue, which is okay, but the diner scene I thought was set up pretty nicely. I thought the diner scene was pretty good.
Talking about
Where the different Santa Clauses came around the table. Yeah.
And drunks.
I like it.
Yeah.
I think that scene alone made up for the rest of the movie.
And then by the time the waitress came out with the tea, they were all dead and gone.
Mm-hmm.
Which it took her that long to get tea, she probably wasn't going to get tipped.
She was in the walk-in, the cooler. She got locked in there, and then I guess the main one decided to let her out after everyone was dead. Because I was like, is he really gonna kill the waitress? Like his whole thing is going after people who are very Christmassy into Christmas, and she just seemed like a regular person. Like, yeah, I don't celebrate that shit. It just seemed like he just wanted to get her out of the way.
Well, he got her out of the way all right.
Mm.
Another thing that I have to actually praise this movie on is a lot of cheap B-rated horror movies have to sell like nudity and a sex scene to get people to want to try to watch it. This movie did not really do that. It did have the one shower scene, but at least it led into a nightmare, and she kept having the nightmares, and it was like, I guess technically part of the story. But
I don't know, there was a little fast moving there for the deputy to just walk up behind.
I will say another negative is after the shower scene, you got her training montage where she's fighting and training, and at some point I just almost just turned it off, and I was like, there does not need to be a training montage. I felt like I was watching like Nightmare on Elm Street 5 or something like that, where the girl lost her brother and she's like, I'm fighting Freddy in my dreams, and she starts like physically training and stuff, and I'm like, okay.
I was watching a video package for a championship match in WWE.
What
I'm
was
training
she?
for my. Huh?
She's waiting for her big break.
She's coming back from her injury for the championship. See what's going on here. And she learned everything kind of pretty fast. It doesn't really give a time period on how long she was training.
I didn't give a time period on how long this movie like took place.
Yeah. I'm just
You
guessing
guys-
around leading up to Christmas, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I think the ending was Christmas Eve, Christmas Day.
What'd you think of the narrator? I know they wanted to like bring in the narrator because the Grinch story and stuff, but
I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed the narrator too. I enjoyed the narration of the movie almost more than I did the movie because he was original in all the little rhymes and rhythms that he was giving out.
Yeah.
I almost had to dig through it. I'm like, did they have enough budget to put Michael McDowell or Michael McDonald in the as the narrator? But I don't think he was the narrator. So
another negative is the length of the movie. It was only like 1 hour and 45, I think.
no, it was an hour 30.
An hour 30.
Mm-hmm.
I think I had an hour 45, but yeah, it felt longer.
It felt an hour and 45 to you.
I felt like it was 2 hours.
It was 3 hours. That one. It's what?
Yeah. So overall, and then the ending, I thought the ending was a little weak. Um, as far as his kill, like the way they took him down, she pretty much gave him a kiss, and his heart was growing larger and larger, as one man's would after a kiss, probably. And then it just exploded.
She forgave him for killing her parents, and then when her dad probably just died like a week ago, and then for killing all the other people, it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I was like, I can understand. Well, the mom's death was kind of played out like, well, it was an accident. They were trying to lead towards that, but the dad was straight up murdered. I was like, all right, I forgive you, because you had the necklace, you kept that shit, and we're like best friends for life,
It's like, you remember?
of course.
Yeah. And then the moment where you know what would have been a better ending if like she's on top of him, right? Like how she was, and she just rapidly took off the mask, and like it was the mask like Scooby Doo. That would have been pretty cool.
I mean, they left it open for a part 2.
Did they?
Yeah, they had the social media at the end, and they also had like a post-credit scene.
These post-credit scenes. What am I having to do?
One's like, yeah, I already turned the whole TV off when the Grinch died.
Yeah, after the Grinch died, they had like a whole social media thing where it's like, oh, it's the new Bigfoot or something. So people
no. So I saw that, and I turned it off when the credits hit, and they kissed, and they were like, they said that goofy Christmas line, whatever. And then when the credits start rolling, that's when I turned it off.
Yeah, the post-credit scene was one of those influencers opening up, I think it was the influencer opening up a gift, and it goes to black, and she screams.
It's the box that was accidentally mailed to the cook over in that restaurant, the shop head. But that whole ending, whatever, when they rolls the credits and shows all the people reacting, like, well, we're gonna go find him, like, and kind of the whole time, like, well, he just died of a heart attack. What are you gonna go search for? Pay respects in his mountain cave place where he at. Which I really, that was probably one of the positives for me. I do love that whole setting. I wish they kind of used it more, but yeah, I don't know. It's just a weird tease. Like, how does he just regenerates?
So if he does regenerate, then yeah, that's pretty cool. Then I guess, yeah. I was thinking like when the ending happened, I thought she was gonna come and get some weird love obsession with the Grinch, but I don't know. Movies like this are really hit and miss. Like you could either really, really like it, or I think maybe really, really hate it. But I don't know. Weirdly enough, I didn't really hate this movie. I thought I was going to. I thought I was going to be like, this is like Mousetrap, or this is what was worse than Mousetrap? What were we talking about a few weeks ago? Nick, what's the one you picked? It's usually a
fuck
Nick.
you.
It's usually
no. You just have bad taste, my guy.
It's usually a Nick's pick.
All right, guys, I'm leaving early here. My feelings.
It's like Nightmare Cinema.
Maybe Magic. I don't know. Maybe it was something like that. I don't know.
With Michael Cera. I mean, that was more just because I thought it was gonna be more comedic route because they had Michael Cera in it. Like, I know this movie's not gonna get serious.
That's funny. What do you guys see? I mean, we talked Terrifier 3. We'll probably talk about it here in a few more weeks with David Howard Thornton. But like, where do you guys see him going? Like, we can talk about just the actor now for a minute. Obviously he's had a lot of success with Terrifier. The way the third one made so much money, I don't think they're going to shy away from it anytime soon. You think he'll just be the Terrifier, and I'm sure he's okay with that, or do you think inside he wants to do something bigger?
I think he's having fun doing like these smaller movies as well. Because he did this one, he did the other one, Stream, which was a way better movie than this one. But
I
I'm
haven't
sure he'll
seen
probably.
that yet.
I think he died in that one actually, so he might not be back in part two because they're teasing for part two. So I think
Spoiler.
he just wants, yeah, spoilers. I think he just wants to do like stay in a horror movie. He's already become a
He's
horror
also
movie icon with Art the Clown.
he's
I
also
was
coming
yeah.
out with Steve Willie.
That's
A
right.
what?
Yeah, Steve Willie.
Oh yeah. Well, I was gonna say after you said smaller, I think after Terrifier 3, I don't think those movies anymore are gonna be smaller. I think the fourth one is just gonna have a bigger budget, probably a bigger
Oh,
cat.
I meant these other ones that he's doing. He likes doing the smaller movies as well. The main
Right.
one was smaller, and then the other ones.
Technically, I don't think he signed up for anything since Terrifier 3 had its success though. Steamboat Willie, I think he did technically before Terrifier 3. It just hasn't been released yet. I think he might be on to like maybe, and I think he'll do smaller stuff continue too, like you said. But I think this dude is like just a few maybe rolls away from just grabbing something huge. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what he does in any other movies as far as like acting goes or speaking. I don't know if he speaks in any of his other roles, but like, I don't know. I'm interested to see what 2025 and 2026 brings for him because the way Terrifier 3 blew up in theaters, it's a matter of time until he probably signs on to do something big.
I think its final run did like what 80 something million.
Yeah, almost 100 million. That's insane for the budget that it had. Yeah. So, yeah, that's insane.
I was gonna say his career is kind of reminding me of something like Robert Englund. How Robert Englund's kind of made his career from Freddy, and I mean, of course, he's come out in a lot of horror movies. He kind of just jumps in it. For who else is like that? I mean, but that's kind of a similar parallel there. But yeah, he might do something bigger, but just the whole Damien Leone and him pairing is great.
Yeah. So, and it's going to be interesting. I know this movie didn't hardly make anything, but like, I think they could possibly maybe not bring him back. But we talked about it last week with the Mickey Mouse, the Peter Pan. I think there's a horror movie there's somewhere I saw something about a Peter Pan horror movie available to stream on Amazon Prime already.
Yeah, just came out I think last week.
Yeah.
I would like to see him in that Poonaverse.
Oh, in the Poohaverse?
Yeah.
The Poon.
Poonaverse?
Poonaverse, yeah.
The Honeyverse. Yeah,
Get a role.
Something like that would be pretty cool. Man, almost like what character would he play though?
I forgot what characters they have in it right now.
I think they've already introduced everybody.
Bambi.
Oh, there you go.
Let him play Bambi.
So, we all kind of agree. I mean, was the ending a letdown technically for you guys with the mean one?
It should have just ended with him dying and that's it.
Yeah.
Like he died and everyone decided to go back to how we can celebrate Christmas again. Happy ending. It was a little cheesy with how they threw in the maybe in the parallel universe alternate timeline. This way ended differently. Of course, hinting at the original source. He turns good guy.
I would like to find out the video sales and the digital sales for this movie because, theatrically it only made $600,000. So I kind of want to see how much it made physically and virtually on streaming. So
they released it physically, and I'm sure it had to do with Terrifier 3 getting its physical release as well.
Oh yeah, in December. Yeah. So, and who's to say? What would you guys say if Blumhouse reached out to him and was like, "Hey, we want you to be our new Freddy, or we want you to be our new just maybe a different horror icon. You never know. He's got the body length to be a Freddy.
Blumhouse is pretty hit or miss.
I would like that being how I like Blumhouse for the most part, but I think
Blumhouse is
him
hit
and
and
Damien
miss.
Leone need to stick together.
It'll be interesting to see how many Terrifiers they can pull out. So
He said the fourth one was be the last one, and then once the movie started doing very well, he said he might as well make it part 5. So
it will be interesting. We can pull out the Who's Hot segment, even though there's only a few people to choose from. I'm going to, again, push it out on something other than a human body. I'm going to say the gore. The gore was hot. I completely agreed with that. At least that's my statement. I liked how the gore is really used, and the kill scenes were not really forced, and they were just kind of like almost done organically. So, what do you guys?
I'm gonna say the idea of it. The idea sounds real good. It's on paper. Did they execute it very well? I don't know, but the idea of it.
Mm. Mm.
What about you, Nick?
Hmm.
What about you, Nick?
The mean one? Mean
The
one's
mean
hot.
one. The green one?
The green one. I love his the character, the drawings they did. So you're saying he's then just in Santa Claus outfit, just green face, and how they try to play it off with the ski mask, or just a rob or whatever. I don't know. I guess I'll just go traditional, throw in traditional pick, the main actress. So it was very slim pickings, but
So you're gonna say Crystal Martin, who played Cindy. Before we name a favorite scene, did you guys have a favorite kill?
I think all of our kills are gonna be the diner.
Yeah, that's probably gonna be mine as a little diner. The
The
diner scene was good.
one that's getting I guess grinded.
Grinded.
Yeah.
The meat grinder was pretty fun.
the curves, the curve song wasn't really a curve song. Just like he just had both of his feet on top of the girl's head,
Oh, yeah.
smushed her.
That's true. Meat grinder for the win. All three. No.
Meat grinder.
Nick, I know you like seeing heads chopped off. Did you like the beheading?
Alrighty, so this Nick's beheading guy. It's on his algorithm. No, they're fun to see, but I mean, it's all right. I think after a while, you kind of get burnt out on them. I like what was it? I don't want to give a spoiler, but I guess Blood and Honey 2, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I don't know. I just want to. It's like a reference. Just watch that.
Nick is having a stroke.
A stroke.
Favorite scene, Franco? Do you have a favorite scene, or is your kill your favorite scene? That's probably gonna be.
Yeah, the diner is the favorite scene.
Yeah, I'm gonna cheap out. Yeah, that's my favorite scene.
I was trying to think about anything that happened within his home church cave, but I think there are pretty simple attacks. Himself, I don't know. I was trying to throw in some more scenes, but honestly, yeah, the meat grinder is probably the best one.
If I had to be a little different, I might just say that where the Grinch's heart explodes. I had to take a double look because I'm like, what the hell did he have a suicide bomb vest on because it looked like he just like. But I mean, also I did like was the sheriff when he was singing "We Wish You a Merry Christmas" and he kept shooting, and then the light would appear from the gunshot and you saw the Grinch. I thought that was pretty cool. And when they were in the cave,
To be
Oh,
different,
and
I'll go with the deputy being in the cave and stepping on the stuffed animal that wouldn't stop singing.
oh yeah, that's funny.
what was it? He because he was trying to sing the song, but of course the guy is Jewish and he doesn't really know the whole Christmas song. So it seemed like the mean one was kind of like he's not really a Christmas celebrator, so he didn't come out right away until he started singing some other song, which I never heard. It's probably correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if it was a Jewish song or not. But either way, it took him a while to get out of there.
Favorite scene? Or no, we already talked about what am I? Now I'm having a stroke.
Who's that? What? Going back to that segment.
Machete rating. How many Danny Trejos does this movie get? Franco,
All
your
of them.
pick. You go first.
Damn it.
I have the movie. I own it now, so I'm probably gonna bring watching it, but I don't think it's worth a rewatch. So 2.5.
Oh, 2.5.
I think it's worth it if you're showing someone else, or if you're watching it with another person. Because I watched it with my daughter and she enjoyed it. But like, if you're watching it alone, I'd pass. If you're watching it with a group of friends, go for it.
That's a good answer. Good answer. Good answer. Little Family Feud. Clapping going on.
We got a good one.
I'm gonna go down one. I'm gonna give it a 2. Originally I was like, let me give this a 1.5. It's kind of trash. But I rewatched it before the episode and I was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna give it a 2 just because there was a lot more thought process put into it and there was a lot more makeup and effects into it than there probably should have been. And again, the score and the gore was pretty good, so I'm gonna give it a 2.
I love that rhyming. The
It's
score
still
and the gore.
it's not shit, but it's not good. Nick?
Well, if there was a rating in between 2 and 2.5, that would be my. But since I would say 2.5 because it had kills, which the Mousetrap did not really have. I think it was really just based that alone, really, that made it a little watchable. Also just the scenery and how it looked. I mean, it was all right.
All right, all right, all right.
Yeah. But if Matthew McConaughey was the main one.
Hey, you know what? I have to always throw some kind of McConaughey Texas reference in there. There's got to be something like that, right? Speaking of Texas, we will not have a show in 2 weeks. February 6th was going to be the best of 2024 episode. I have a little funeral to go to. It'll be in Texas. Maybe we can see each other, meet up, throw a little hookum down there. So we will bring the episode, but it'll be February 20th, Thursday, 8 p.m. We're going to talk about our top 5 horror movies of 2024. So we're going to go through everything we've watched, everything we've whether we've mentioned it or not mentioned it, and we're gonna talk about our top 5 horror movies. We'll go through an email bag. We'll kind of see what else, maybe some other subjects we can go over. We might talk our worst horror movie of 2024. So yeah, I think we'll have a pretty good episode. And I think, should we have our top fun or our top our best kill of the entire year? Not like a list, but just we're gonna name our favorite kill of the year.
I'm down.
That should be pretty fun. So we'll talk our favorite kill and our top 5 horror movies of 2024. So Should be fun. That's our next episode, February the 20th, 8 p.m. on that Thursday. Until then, guys, what are you doing this weekend? Any wrestling this weekend? Any shows?
We got Will, Will. Forgot what it stands for, entertainment, but they're in the Valley. Shooting it for title match, so I'll be up on title match within a week or so.
Nice.
And then next week we got Bracho Pro in Austin on the second Sunday. That one's their 2-year anniversary, which should be fun.
Nice. I like that name too.
That one will be streaming on IWTV once I get it edited and everything.
Nice. Nick, any weekend plans? What are you doing this weekend?
Wherever the wind takes me.
Wherever the wind takes you. Wherever you get
Sunday.
blown to.
Sunday I'm probably gonna check out a movie called I'm already going blank in the movie. I think it's called Presence or something like that. It's a horror movie. I think ghost movie. I've been staying away from any trailer. I mean, there's been a lot of advertisements on my timeline, but every time I see it, it's just like I'm not gonna. I just want to go as blind as I can. But that might be something I'm gonna go do on Sunday. Domingo.
With the Oscar nominations being released today, they're putting Wicked back out on theaters. So I think I might go check out Wicked, just so I can see it on the big screen. I really want to see The Brutalist with Adrian Brody. He got nominated for a whopping 10 Oscars today, but it's 4 hours. I don't know if I can sit through a 4-hour movie. Yeah. and it's put out by A24, so it's pulling me in.
Ooh.
Speaking of A24, Heretic is our next episode, and that's what we will talk about Monday night, 7 p.m. on the next episode of the Cinema Movie Podcast.
You gonna pick up that Blu-ray?
I did.
I think Walmart has. Oh,
I did.
of course.
Yeah, of course. But yeah, that's next subject matter. That's what we'll be talking about. Monday should be fun. Don't forget, 1 month from today, the 20th of February, our top 5 horror movies of 2024. I think this is going to be a fun list. I can't wait to break bread and share those movies with you guys. Saturday night's main event is this weekend. The Royal Rumble is in a week. What a great time to be alive if you're a wrestling fan, right?
Yep.
It's the best time of the year. So before we get out of here, do you guys have any Rumble predictions? Who's winning? On the spot, I'm going Roman Reigns.
CM Punk.
Nick?
The Miz, no. The thing is, if I say CM Punk, it's just out of biasness, honestly. But if they go to Roman Reigns, I don't know. I feel like that might be a bit upsetting. But then they could kind of go with the storyline. The favor, if that is the favor.
That is the favor. The WrestleMania main event is Rhodes, Punk, Reigns. Roman's winning the Rumble. Punk is cashing in his favor and going to the main event with those 3. With those 2. That's it.
Let's say Zack Ryder.
I've already booked it for you.
But wouldn't he come back as Matt Cardona?
No, Zack Ryder.
I'm also upset. Are you guys also upset that they're going to waste the entry on Pat McAfee?
Are they?
They are. They're in Indianapolis, which is his home football town. I'm not a fan of it.
I mean, if they waste the entry on Corey Graves too, and they have that storyline play out, the hell yeah.
I would like that. Okay. That way, I'm not upset. That would be okay.
I think the last time they wasted an entry on him, he got in the ring, saw 2 big people. I forgot who it was. Maybe it was
and eliminated himself.
And then threw himself over.
Yeah.
But
I want if Corey Graves is entered into this thing, I don't want just a a friendly toss over. I think Corey Graves has to go full blown heel, eliminate Pat McAfee, and make him bleed.
Yeah.
And then that'll set up Pat, because Pat McAfee gets a guaranteed WrestleMania match every year, and that'll set up Corey Rhodes.
Corey Rhodes.
That'll set up Corey Graves' WrestleMania match, because surely him being upset on Twitter or X is leading into him coming back, right?
Hopefully.
Yeah. So, anyway, that's been an episode today. I hope you guys have a great rest of your night and a great week. Unless you guys have anything to add, I'm all set.
Who's
And
winning the women's?
Oh, there's a women's match this year. They haven't even. I haven't even heard any kind of plug.
Becky Lynch?
Oof. I hope not. Charlotte Flair.
AJ Lee.
I hope Charlotte Flair.
Yeah, Charlotte Flair. She goes on to take the belt back from Tiffany Stratus.
Roxanne Perez.
Roxanne.
That'd be nice. She's
Yeah.
probably going to be in it, but she won't win.
I think her and Bayley are about to have a feud for WrestleMania.
That'd be nice. Jade Cargill probably enters and gets eliminated by Bianca.
Naomi.
Yeah,
Naomi took her spot in the tag team. So
Jordan Grace.
Oh, that's true too. China. No, don't hate. Just kidding. Hey,
What's wrong
sorry.
That being said, Crispin's winning.
That's all I got. If you guys don't have anything, I think that's it. We're
Yes.
on the road to the best of 2024.
Top 5.
Welcome.
Say Ultra.